Oh, we're here. We have to come here and here. But let's see. If we killed those two assholes, that is them. Can't. Hey, can we kill this guy? No, he's already dead. Just loot him. Can't be killed. Good, he's dead. He dead. Benjamin's poster. What bullies are that? Enemy within our street. Fight and resist now. Come this way.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Let's talk to this asshole.
You again? What do you want this time?
Your life in London. No, personal question. Difficult relationship with your son!
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
You're a bad father!
You're a bad father who scares his son and his neighbors, Mr. Peterson.
I don't think I like your attitude, sir. In fact, I'm starting to dislike your face so much, I might try to improve it, see?
I'd like to see you try, Colossus Joe. In the meantime, are you sure I can't be of any help to your son? I am a doctor, remember?
Never. Harry's complicated. Fragile, you could say. Doesn't mingle with strangers. Now leave us alone.
Harry's not happy living in Whitechapel!
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else. Whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Not afraid you could be arrested?
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
No regrets at all?
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Bad. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Peterson's house. Alright, I killed the son. Whoops.
It's locked, all right.
Yes, that was a mistake. Oh well! you even robbed him too. Try to come out of your house, bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Let's go. Your life in London. Nothing. Here's some questions. About Harry's house.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Oh.
That's all for now. Goodbye.
I make him think, oh, maybe he might buy something. But then, what's this guy's?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Your investigation in London. No newspapers speak about the epidemic.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's criminal.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
What are you doing here after sunset?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
You risk your life to reveal the truth?
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Is this the public interested?
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Not afraid of getting out at night?
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
It's not a simple epidemic.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Bad. Personal question. Oh, I need to know. About an underground medical dispensary.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
A nurse they know is compromised.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Oh. Bam. There. Nothing there.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
I will eat you later. Let me in the church. Talk to you.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
You don't like nurses?
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why I hate Nurse Crane?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Ooh. Personal question. Have you any family left?
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade?
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
I am more lost than you thought.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I'm listening.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
What is your plan?
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Oh. How exactly will you cleanse the city?
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
But where do you put the limit?
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop?
Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad. And dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Oh. And done at 5. No. Personal question. Nothing.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I'll eat you later, asshole.
Would you like me to revive you?
Oh, what are you?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Oh, I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Oh, you went to London. About your health?
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Your line of work has a health risk.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
What about your clients, though?
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Oh. About Clayton Darby's investigation.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Oh, are you talking from experience?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Fair. Personal questions. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I don't judge you.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Oh. Okay. Nothing.
Goodbye,
Bye.
miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
But I eat you tonight. Get up here. Ah, drop down. Oh, there he is. Petrescu's letter. Dearest. Most beloved children, I am so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still lying in a country consumed by war. But there is also war going on here in England. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight, despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darling. You are grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make, now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you, all the way from this cold, damp country. I'm as ever your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Oh yeah. No. This is not quarantining me too. On the way.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Do you understand me?
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Well, then, goodbye,
Very well.
whore.
Goodbye then.
Get out of the way. A flower bouquet. If you're sick, if you have no money, wherever you are, wherever you're from, come to Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. Oh, another one.
It's locked.
I have to get around, round, where you can't go round, ground. Oh well, run round.
The walls of your home will not protect you.
They will protect me.
Imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Round, round, round. Brown, brown, brown. Ah! No! Bad! 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 It's a bad! They're all bad to the bone. Healing. Damn, we good. Influenza. Nah. We're not quarantined into city. Influenza. Freaking. Nah, we've already read that. Stay at home. Just stay at home, folks. Stop spreading. He's in there. Let's look at him there. There. Pair. I'm a zombie, romberee. I'm coming for them. No, don't move!
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
You're like in London. What are you doing here at night?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
It's afraid the epidemic.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
That is true. You should avoid exposure.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Fuck. Thoughts on the situation in London?
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Quite a unique point of view.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Your life could be in danger here.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
It's somewhat risky around here.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Who will help you if you're in danger?
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you, for a start, my dear Doctor.
Oh, tell me what to do! I should eat you! Personal question. Why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think a little morbid?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Oh. Afraid to find the truth about her?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel?
No.
If she moves uptown?
You don't know her.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
But do you have examples?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
But the mute florist is part of a plot.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
Are you not curious?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
You're a helpless romantic.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Bah. Can't do anything there. Can't do anything here. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
About Dorothy Crane.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
About Darius Francescu.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Oh. I can't do anything else.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Oh, yeah, but it should incite me to not let them in. Let's just see what else we can take from here. Yay, it's been unlocked for me. Mute girl.
Hello again, miss.
I know you work for Nurse Crane.
Amelia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye then.
Wait, could I not eat her?
Hello again, miss.
Damn it.
You don't seem to need my medical attention for now.
Oh, so juicy!
Very well. Goodbye then.
Here! What's in there?
Stupid beast!
Ah!
We have to stop it! Walk from me!
No! Bad! Bad! No, bad!
Away with you!
Yo, away with you, bitch!
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
And rats around to eat! That. Cause it burns. Yeah, makes a fire. I have to go there. Oh no.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman.
Okay. Then we go this way.
I cannot enter.
Okay, we're almost there. Talk to you.
You again? What do you want this time?
again. No personal questions. Nothing.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Don't be afraid.
Well, it took the wrong turn it up quickly.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Baron. You have a game you pay for peace of mind.
God, just look the other way this thing, Joe.
Made up here, here, here. The burning room of fire is going in here, here, here. Meow, 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 meow. It's serious right now. I'm always serious. When have I never been that serious? From here. Upgrade. Upgrade, people, upgrade! The only way to go, go, go. The meow mix of meows. Let us get some other abilities. That needs two. Oh, I need to turn off that one. Hold on. We're gonna get the abyss. Woo woo! We got two ultimates. Oh, that needs a tile reading. We done. We got the abyss. The following night. It's still serious, but he dead. Embrace. Go, go, go! The meow mix of fire. Oh. We saw what Bloody Cauldron could do. basically shatters a person. Some the best of the best. I need to switch this to the pistols. Blood cauldron, no. Abyss. We need to see what the abyss can do. Give me this ray.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can. Give me this ray.
This is despicable.
No, it ain't.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I love this.
I have this thirst for blood.
So many rats here.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Gotta go here.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Oh, mesmerize level 2 required. Let's have a man-to-man.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Oh, don't worry. You won't regret it unless you want me not stealing from you. Then in which case you will regret it. I gotta steal this guy's stuff. I'm just an asshole. What can I say?
It's locked.
See what I mean? Gotta talk to him.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
You're like in London. About Nurse Crane's real name.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me more about Camellia.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, We could have won our revolution.
No. Who is she really?
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Back. Right. Personal question. Do you have any family left?
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Oh. My father left us too.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
Leave England after the war.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
But how did you meet Nurse Crane?
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Oh, yes, I do. I need a level 2 mesmerize for him to eat him. Ooh. Treatment for bronchitis. Tell me about your political past.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Huh. We're actually done. We just need one more hint.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
This safe.
It's locked.
No, it's still locked. Damn it. Exit in here. Yay, door's been unlocked. Either good or bad, who knows? Haha! I just unlocking doors! Stealing everything I can! Stealing everything I can! Ordinary, I'll steal everything I can, cause I'm an asshole for the sick. That's right, I'll steal more than what I can. I'll steal more than what I can. Cause when I say I'm an asshole for the sick, I mean it tonight. No.
Can you hear my voice?
I'm just stealing everything you own. You will never be able to help the sick again. Letters to Nurse Correct. What can I say? I'm an asshole.
I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Anything else I should know?
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I must perform tracheostomy. No anesthetic
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me!
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
We can do this without putting him in the state of an asshole! I'm a murderess!
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Ooh, let me finish up.
Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage now!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
I love cardiac massage! You should never let me control that!
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
To what do I owe this courtesy? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, How might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to stop the blackmail!
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Wanna trust Dr. Swansea?
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
The end justifies the means?
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Oh, why target Lady Ashbury?
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Oh, the blackmail must stop!
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
You will forget all about this.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Ooh, mesmerize level! Yeah! Interview with the vampire.
It's locked. I cannot enter.
Oh, what the fuck? What's wrong with her shit? It's flapping like there's wind coming in. Or is she just farting?
Oh, this one stinks already.
An H! An H!
You want to fuck with me, bitch? I'm a vampire! You never fuck with a vampire! Never, ever, ever fuck with a vampire!
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Yeah, you can't kill me! The gingerbread asshole!
Murdering bastard! Find his teeth!
Give me your money! Murder! Murder!
I'll kill you!
Shoot him! Do that beast!
I resist. Whitechapel. So we're going to the hideout. We go to the hideout. Go to the hideout. Haha. Haha. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! This is fun. Whitechapel. That's what's here. Treatment for sepsis. Pneumonia. I'm that good. I'm just so good. You don't know how I feel. I do need more help. It's the love. I don't die as easy anymore. Now we confirmed. Anarchy in the UK! Ooh. Give me time to read this. Lots of time. Pause if you need to. Gives me a mix. Give me time to read. Hostile. And I got lots of health. Yeah, with that being said, don't forget this episode. Click the like button, put it in the comments, and stay kitty. And with that being said, I'll see you all next floppy stream. And peace out. Bye.